Hello and welcome everyone on this official platform of Legacy Ice Academy. A mysterious country at the heart of South America, a president who speaks the language of unity, not conflict. Ji haan. And a powerful message delivered in the heart of New Delhi. And why is the world suddenly watching the Paraguay? Why did the president Santiago, that is Santiago Peña, who say that we are the heart of 400 million people and India can be our brain? As you can see here, the headlines, I am here to build bridge. You can have access to 400 million market in South America and we are its heart. एंड पैराग्वे प्रेसिडेंट सैंटियागो पेना ने ये चीज कहा है ना. नाउ so in a world which is divided by wars, terrors and trade battles, two nations from opposite ends of the globe, that is India and Paraguay, they are coming together to build an unexpected alliance for peace, for progress as well as power. But what is behind this sudden charm which is offensive by the young, bold, Paraguayan president? Is it just a diplomacy or is there a new Latin American strategy that include India as a core partner? So in this video, we decode the hidden opportunities, the powerful messages, and the future altering vision that this visits hold for India. So South America, so this visit is important for India, South America as well as the world. So from food and pharma to the tech and trade, something big is happening. And trust me, you have never heard Paraguay like this before. So stay tuned. This is not just a foreign policy. This is the story of a new world order in the making. So what is the context here? Paraguay's President Santiago Peña, his recent visit to India, it marks a quiet but significant moment in India's foreign policy. See, this is not just about the bilateral ties between the two countries. It is a part of a deeper and long-term strategy. अब यहां पर हमें एक चीज समझ में आएगी, इट इज अबाउट इंडियाज इवॉल्विंग एक्ट लैटिन अमेरिका पॉलिसी. जी हां, दिस इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. एक्ट लैटिन अमेरिका पॉलिसी. So let's try to understand this. So evolving India's Latin America policy. So the first thing we need to understand, who is this Santiago Peña Palacios? He is the president of Paraguay, a small landlocked country in South America. इनकी एज कितनी होगी? He is just 46 years old. He is just 46 years old and he visited India as a president for the first time. And this is only the second time a president from Paraguay has visited India. अब सवाल क्या उठता है that why did he visit India? तो इन्होंने इस पे एक बहुत ही अच्छी चीज बोली that he came to build the bridges between India and Latin America. And he believes that both the countries want peace, then multilateral cooperation as well as global relevance. Now, then he met Prime Minister Narendra Modi as well as our External Affairs Minister. So when he met Prime Minister Narendra Modi in New Delhi on Monday and he discussed about the cooperation. So India's engagement with Latin America has often flown under the radar. But this visit signals something larger. है ना? तो इन्होंने विजिट किया, है ना? It is under the radar, but this signals something larger. So as you can see here, this is Paraguay, landlocked region in South America or Latin America. है ना? So this visit signals something larger, a recalibration of India's global priorities, है ना? As well as, so India's global, now it is a kind of recalibration of India's global priorities with the Latin America, which is now seen as a serious partner for trade, resources, as well as strategic cooperation. Now, in the past decade, Under PM Modi's leadership, India has steadily expanded its presence in this region, that is Latin America region, like opening new embassies, signing trade agreements, and also increasing the high-level political visits. Now, today, if you see Latin America is no longer a distant frontier. It is a growing focus now. Now let's take Paraguay, once a peripheral partner, है ना? पहले हमारे लिए पैराग्वे क्या था? It was a peripheral partner. It is now become a supplier of a major share of India's imported soybean oil. अब पैराग्वे जो हो गया है मेजर पार्टनर हो गया है that India's imported soybean oil. And after that, India also opened its embassy in this region, that is in 2022. India ने एक embassy भी open की 2022 में, and this move was not symbolic, it was a calculated step in a broader regional outreach strategy. Now, over last 11 years, India has opened embassies in Paraguay as well as Dominican Republic, है ना? यहाँ पर इंडिया ने embassies open कर ली. India has also signed trade deals with Mercosur bloc, which is a kind of custom union of South American countries. Then India has also strengthened ties with Brazil, Argentina, Mexico, Peru, etc. Now, apart from this, India also hosted the leaders as well as business forums with Latin American countries. तो इंडिया और जो लैटिन अमेरिका के रिलेशंस हैं वो सबसे ज्यादा स्ट्रेंथन कब हुए? ड्यूरिंग द टाइम पीरियड ऑफ प्राइम मिनिस्टर मोदी. So India's Latin America outreach under the Prime Minister Modi is not just diplomatic, it is strategic with personal touch. Like since 2014 की अगर मैं बात करूं, so since 2014 there have been high level visits that reflect a quiet but steady deepening of the region. Then in 2016, PM Modi became the first Indian PM to visit Mexico in 3 decades, and there he also met the president whose name was Nieto, है ना? Enrique Peña Nieto, and he discussed about energy, space, and pharma cooperation. So Mexico is now India's top trading partner in Latin America after Brazil. Then after that, PM Modi also visited Brazil twice for the BRICS summit. In 2014 में visit किया Prime Minister Modi ने, and then he visited in 2019. So on both the occasions, he met with Latin American leaders and emphasizing on building South-South cooperation. And also, our Prime Minister talked about reforming the global governance institutions. Now, on the flip side, India has hosted several Latin American heads of state also. जी हाँ, इंडिया ने बहुत सारे Latin American heads of state को भी host किया, like Brazilian president, है ना, Bolsonaro, who was the chief guest for India's Republic Day in 2020. And when Bolsonaro visited, at that time 15 MOUs were signed. 15 memorandum of understandings were signed, which covered oil, bioenergy, cybersecurity, as well as culture. And after that, you can say other notable visits to India in since 2014 अगर हम देखें जब से प्राइम मिनिस्टर मोदी का टेन्योर शुरू हुआ. So Peru's vice president, है ना, whose name is Aros, he came in 2015. Then Argentina's president Mauricio Macri, है ना, in 2019. Then Paraguay president Santiago Peña in 2025. अब ये विजिट क्या शो कर रही है? These visits shows an increasing recognition of India's strategic value across Latin America region. Now, this growing momentum is reflected in trade numbers also. ये हमारे ट्रेड में भी काफी दिख रहा है. Now, if you see India Latin America trade, so India Latin America trade has jumped from around $30 billion in 2014 to over $45 billion in recent year. जी हाँ, so $30 billion से अब कितना पहुंच चुका है? $45 billion in recent years. Now, the region, this Latin America region is now a key source of food, energy as well as minerals. Now, what do we trade? हम किन किन चीजों में ट्रेड करते हैं? इंडिया क्या क्या चीजें इंपोर्ट करता है? If you see this chart, so India's imports like crude oil हम कहां से मंगाते हैं? From Venezuela and Mexico. Edible oil from Argentina, Paraguay. Then copper, lithium from Chile and Bolivia. Wood and leather. These things we import from Latin American countries. Now, what India exports? अब इंडिया क्या एक्सपोर्ट करता है? फार्मास्यूटिकल, ऑटोमोबाइल एंड इट्स पार्ट्स, देन मशीनरी, टेक्सटाइल एंड केमिकल्स. So India is now a top pharma supplier. Remember this thing, India is now a top pharma supplier to many Latin American countries. As well as Indian IT firms, they have opened operations in Mexico, Brazil as well as Colombia. India के IT firms ने काफी सारी अपनी branches open की, operation companies. Now, Indian cars are increasingly visible on Latin American roads, but the trade is just the start. So Latin America matters for India's strategic autonomy also. Why? Because Latin America is a resource rich region, especially in lithium as well as rare earth, which are vital for India's renewable energy as well as electronic vehicle ambitions, EV vehicle ambitions. So this is also a region where India can shape global norms via soft power. है ना? Now, at the same time, the challenge is China. China has made deep inside road, and the trade is around 450 plus billion in trade with China. Massive infrastructure, investments, then political clout. So India's approach is more cautious, but the aims to be sustainable, built on partnership, not dependency. So what did पेना एंड प्राइम मिनिस्टर मोदी डिस्कस? अब दोनों ने क्या डिस्कस किया, है ना? तो लेट्स ट्राई टू अंडरस्टैंड. बोथ द लीडर्स टॉक्ड अबाउट डिजिटल टेक्नोलॉजी. दोनों ने ही बात किया हुआ है किस चीज के बारे में? एज यू कैन सी हियर इन द न्यूज आर्टिकल इट इज गिवन व्हाट आर द स्पेसिफिक एरियाज ऑफ कोऑपरेशन. सो बोथ द लीडर्स टॉक्स अबाउट, फर्स्ट थिंग इज डिजिटल टेक्नोलॉजी. एज यू कैन सी हियर दैट what India has done in terms of digitalization. तो पहली चीज क्या हमने डिस्कस किया? डिजिटल टेक, है ना? How Peña praised India's success in digitalization. Paraguay want to test and use Indian technologies in Latin America. Second sector है food production, agriculture. सेकंड किस पर डिस्कशन हुआ है? एग्रीकल्चर. जी हाँ. Now agriculture कैसे? Paraguay produces foods for over 100 million people, but has only 6 million people. So that is why Paraguay wants to work with India on agri-tech to increase food production. Third, pharmaceutical. Third किस चीज पर डिस्कशन हुआ? Pharmaceutical पर. Now, India is a global pharma leader now. Paraguay wants to become a production hub for Indian medicines in Latin. Then fourth as you can see here, fourth जिन चीजों पे डिस्कशन हुआ है, so this is about the trade, है ना? This is about trade access. Fourth thing. So Paraguay is in the heart of South America and it gives access to the 400 million market including Brazil, Argentina, Chile, Colombia as well as Peru. So Paraguay offers a political stability, economic growth, and also, as you can see here, it offers pro-business environment. So now the thing here is, what is the future of Act Latin America policy? तो क्या हम एक्सपेक्ट कर सकते हैं फ्यूचर में एक्ट लैटिन अमेरिका पॉलिसी के बारे में? So what are the expectation? More embassies and political visits should be there. Deeper trade and digital cooperation should be there. Then strategic outreach in energy, pharma as well as green tech. Then leveraging India's soft power like yoga, education as well as culture. Now, अपार्ट फ्रॉम दिस, वहां के प्रेसिडेंट ने अभी रिसेंटली टेररिज्म के बारे में भी कुछ बयान दिए हैं. सो व्हाट डिड ही से अबाउट टेररिज्म एंड कश्मीर? Now, he condemned the Pahalgam terror attack which happened in April 2025, sorry. है ना? Paraguay also supports India's right to defend itself. Paraguay has also labeled Hamas, Hezbollah as well as Iran's National Guard as terrorist organizations. Now, what about the relations with US? तो अब पैराग्वे ने अपने रिलेशंस यूएस के साथ कैसे बताए? सो लेट्स ट्राई टू अंडरस्टैंड व्हाट डिड ही से अबाउट हिज रिलेशंस विद यूएस. सो पेना आल्सो अटेंडेड द डोनाल्ड ट्रम्प्स इनॉग्रेशन सेरेमनी, है ना? ही सेड पैराग्वे हैज गुड रिलेशंस विद यूएस बट क्लोजर रिलेशंस विद रिपब्लिकन. यूएस के साथ रिलेशंस अच्छे हैं बट क्लोजर रिलेशंस किसके साथ? रिपब्लिकन्स. He also said that Biden is less involved internationally, especially with Latin America. And then he thinks about Trump, that he thinks Trump improved ties and also took steps to reset the international trade. So these are the things which are mentioned by him. Now he also believes, Peña also believes that the current trade system is failing and it's need change. Now, फिर इनसे इस आर्टिकल में लिखा हुआ है, फिर इंडियन एक्सप्रेस के मीडिया पर्सन ने इनसे पूछा कि आपके व्यूज क्या हैं स्टूडेंट प्रोटेस्ट जो यूएस में चल रहा है कोलंबिया यूनिवर्सिटी में. तो अब इस पर पेना ने क्या कहा? द प्रोटेस्ट विच इज गोइंग ऑन इन कोलंबिया यूनिवर्सिटी. सो ऑन स्टूडेंट प्रोटेस्ट विच इज गोइंग ऑन इन यूनाइटेड स्टेट्स ऑफ अमेरिका, पेना सेड, बिकॉज पेना, अब इनसे क्यों ऐसा पूछा गया? बिकॉज पेना स्टडीड एट कोलंबिया यूनिवर्सिटी and his daughter is currently a student there, है ना? So he criticized the foreign students who are involved in protests, especially after October 7, 2023, that is Israel-Hamas attack. And he also said that students should focus on studies, है ना, not on political protest. He emphasized that student visas are privilege, not a right. ये privilege है यूएस में पढ़ने का, ये right नहीं है. Then what are his views on Russia-Ukraine war? अब Russia-Ukraine war पर इन्होंने क्या कहा? Now, Paraguay strongly supports Ukraine, and in 1864, Paraguay itself faced a devastating war from the three neighboring countries, that is Triple Alliance War. So they understand the pain of a war. So Paraguay condemned the Russia's invasion, and Paraguay hoped that Trump's efforts with Zelensky and Putin would bring peace. Okay, ऐसा इन्होंने कहा. And then he believes that Russia may retaliate and want peace talks to resume soon. Now, what was his message to youth? अब पेन्ना का मैसेज क्या है यूथ के लिए? इन्होंने यूथ के लिए एक सबसे बड़ी चीज बोली है. He said social media shows a negative picture of the world. That is why he urged young people to go out, engage and work for a better future. And that is why he encouraged youth to stay positive, take action and not to be fooled by the online hate. So overall, इनकी जो विजिट है, इन्होंने ये चीज बोल दिया that the president Santiago Peña, his visit to India is about building the bridges between India and Latin America with a focus on trade, technology, agriculture, peace and global cooperation. And that is why Paraguay's president, he said it best that India is no longer a distant friend but a close partner in shaping the 21st century global order. So overall, the ACT Latin America policy is India's bridge to the region which is full of opportunities as well as mutual respect. तो ये चीजें कहा पैराग्वे के प्रेसिडेंट ने. नाउ तो हमें इससे क्या समझ में आता है? That when a young president from a small landlocked country says that we want to be at the center of the integration and he chooses India as his partner, so it is not just a diplomatic gesture, it is a global signal that President Santiago Peña visits is not just about the South America's meeting in South Asia. It is about the redefining the geopolitics from the global south. It is about the building bridges, not bombs. It is about the fighting hatred with hope and replacing division with development. You know? So, in an age where the war drums are louder, Peña reminds us the hornets of peace must be louder still. So, here is the question for all of you: will India seize this historic moment? Will it turn this handshake into a long-term partnership that reshape food security, digital power, as well as strategic influence across the continents? Let the world know that this is not just about the rise of a Paraguay, this is the rise of a new alliance which is led by ideas, not by you can say ideology. So if you believe in peace through the progress, then share this video, comment your thoughts, and subscribe Legacy IAS Academy, because the new global story is just beginning and you are watching it unfold right here at our channel. Thank you so much.